the vendor accounts, and I carry Brooks and Mizuno, New Balance, Reebok, and Asics. That's by, five really good accounts. Like I would say a core 4 accounts. They're opening my accounts, but there's a supply chain issue. So even though we're opening my accounts, I can order my product out 6 months in advance, because that's typically what happens within the footwear industry is your future ordering. It's not like you're just getting it all right now. But the supply for right now for me to open was a little bit harder to find because of product maybe being caught in the ports, or we've got the the imports, and so there was a little bit of a challenge, which meant from my standpoint, being an entrepreneur, is that I had to really learn how to have a healthy dose of patience with myself, which I'm a patient person, but sometimes you get a little thin. I had to really learn how to time manage, like and maintain focus with my professional job of healthcare administration and quality, but also really dedicate the time to continue to work with the vendors, stay in communication, keep the paperwork exchange going, because the accounts are challenging to open. They do take about 45 to 90 days once you submit all of your applications to open. And then you have to prepare and then really plan. So when I was looking at my business model and I knew that my accounts were going to take an extended period of time, I forecasted that in to my business plan and with my my financials. And so for me, I felt like when I started, I leased my building space in November of 2020. I knew that I wasn't going to open my doors until like February of 2021. And my goal was to actually open first quarter of 2021. So, I opened on March 13th. And so I feel like I really succeeded in achieving that goal. But I opened a week after I received the last shipment from my 4th vendor. So it's like as soon as I got it, I was in go mode and I was prepared to open. So had I not been forecasted out or I think planned or prepared far enough ahead to like financially cover myself for those months of expenses going out but nothing coming in, I think it would have been a little bit more stressful and probably remove some of the fun factor for me in transitioning into this business. But I honestly have felt like nothing but like confidence and comfort with my business as I've opened the doors. And so for me, I just really feel like being a woman entrepreneur, a first-time business owner, I have experience in program development and in quality and leadership. I mean, those are things that I've just I've had experience with over the last 20 years. I do run a nonprofit. I am the president of the South Coast Running Club, so I've had that kind of a business experience, but I've never actually owned my own business. And so for me, when overcoming all of these little nuances of learning the ropes of retail, because I've never done that either. I like to say that my favorite word as a child was no. My favorite word or phrase as an adult is that's not possible, because I find that usually things that people say are not possible typically are. You just have to look at it a little differently. And so I overcome all of those obstacles by, I guess, giving myself permission to explore whatever power word or mantra I choose to pick up that year. I think for me, it was imagine if. So last year, 2020, I said, imagine if I just put a little focus into this. And then here we are a year later, with the doors open to Wild Coast Running Company. So that would be my 12-minute power speech on how I'm here.
Oh my goodness, thank you. That was so good. I love the phrase, imagine if. That's a great place to start. And you shared so much good information. Find a need that you can meet. Think outside the box. Connect with people that'll tell you the truth, both pros and cons. Ask a lot of questions. And something I used to tell my clients is go to a store outside your service area with similar demographics, just like you did. And they're usually pretty good about sharing with you. So that was a great idea. I think also the fact that you said to be aware that there may be timing issues with supply chain, that's really important to know. And then one of the things I want to put a plug in for the Small Business Development Center. It was great to hear that you worked with them. Our Small Business Development Centers are full of quality advisors that you can get paired with for free around the state. So that was a great thing that you took advantage of. Before we open it up to questions, so start thinking about your questions for Amarissa. I just, something we talked about before we went live was I have children that were in sports and went through college sports. And I know how that changed them as people, how it helped them find great friends during the high school years. It helped them take care of their bodies. And I love sports. And so I know that you didn't just start this running company to make money. So you want to talk about the other side of that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually probably my favorite side. So I actually started this because I really believe, after being in healthcare and seeing what we don't have in our rural areas, which is a community hub for active living and fitness. You see a lot of people who come in who have like ambitions or goals. I love the phrase, "Oh, well, I wish I could run," or "I wish I could do this." And it's like, we wish, but really it just takes, all you had to do is put the shoes on and walk outside. If you're walking from your door to your car, you just achieved like how many steps in a day. Let's think about what you just overcame. You don't have to be a marathon runner to be successful in your having a healthy lifestyle. So for me, I am all about really wanting to work with people to inspire them to be the best that they can be. I know that sounds very cliche, but to really find the joy in what they're doing at their level, to inspire them to just, if they don't have to be runners. If you want to do a little bit of a yoga, if you want to walk on the boardwalk, if you want to go play with your grandkids, what do we need to do to connect you with maybe a partner that you can communicate with and work with. So it's that community hub, that's that sense of pride. I do coach cross country for one of our local high schools, and it's the highlight of my day, truly, because those kids are super inspiring. But what I appreciate about it is their sense of teamwork. You get a pack, and even though they're not like all running the same speeds, they're encouraging one another to either pick it up, to slow down. You finished, congratulations. We've got one gal who has autism, and it's amazing to see the team support her. She's not like all of them, but they accept her and they appreciate her and they cheer her on as she finishes the line. And that's kind of that sense of like, respect and kindness and kind of paying it forward that I really hope to really inspire out of the store. But you have to start somewhere. You have to have a place, a safe place for people to come to gather. I will share that I had, even just within my first opening weekend here, a gentleman come in and say, "I didn't even know we had a running crew in the area." And he joined us on our Wednesday night run that next day. So it's just providing an opportunity for people to come in and connect, I think is critical. And it, like you shared, Anne, it does create a lifestyle, but it also creates that network. You can go, for me, running, I've connected with runners all over the world, and they're the coolest people ever. I've done endurance runs where, I find a friend and I say, I talk for 20 miles. I've never met them a day before in my life, but you become close friends and then you're connected. So it really is a very special place to be able to do that. And I think I naturally like to connect with people. I'm very personable, and I like to tease and joke, and I'm quite playful. So it's easy for me to do that, but I recognize that it's not always easy for everybody else. And so that's where I think that safe space, having that location where we can put up our flyers for our local events, or we can bring in maybe somebody to show how to do some stretching. So then, people aren't feeling so lost and alone, and they can make a friend along the way. So it's already happening. I haven't been open for very very long, and I see where it's already taking place.
I love that you see how your business is going to benefit your community. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to open it up to questions. Do any of you have questions? If you don't feel comfortable asking them, you can type them in the chat and Laura will ask them for you. but please just unmute yourself and hop in if you have a question.
Hi, Amarissa. I'm Ryan Martinson, business partner for BBSI, and it's really great to hear you this morning. I was just curious, what are all of the services that you provide?
So I have in my store, I would say, Atrix foot scanning technology. So I'm going to start with the service of let's look at your feet. Let's really check out your size, your width, your height of your feet, your arch type. And then let's look at some pronation and let's see what kind of footwear that would best benefit you, because everybody's so unique. And then from there, I would say, let's go check out the shoes. Let's put you in something and try a couple models and see how they feel on your foot. I've got a treadmill here, which is, it's called a true form treadmill. So it's not ran by power, it's ran by your own biomechanics. So it allows you to do is really put those shoes on and then get on the treadmill, and it's only going to go as fast as you drive it, which then allows me to kind of look to see how those shoes can best help you if you're a heavy pronator. Help stabilize your feet and your body and everything else. So I'm not a physical therapist. I'm not not a certified strength and conditioning coach. Full disclosure there. But I have an obsession with feet and gait analysis, and so I've had a lot of experience with that on myself. And I work with a trainer, and so I have some of the equipment here to be able to help it from a layman's point of view. Help identify the gait and help any clients that come in walk away with like the shoes that best suit their needs, their sport, their activity or their lifestyle. And I would say like it's kind of neat, because there's been many cases people who are like, oh, these feel great, which is like, okay, so we found what works for you. From there, obviously, I will in time probably build a lot more programming, but I'm just starting off with the basics. I do have athletic apparel. I have, which you can use for yoga or running or jogging or hiking. I've had a lot of hikers come in. I also have a lot of women's run bras. And I really wanted to bring quality supportive run bras into the area because we don't have access to that either. And you can use them for regular lifestyle. They're not all like compressive, we can't breathe. They are supportive, or they're feminine. I custom order in some sizes for people where if we don't have it. And then I have recovery equipment. I've got the yoga mats. I've got like Garmin watches. So I am the first like authorized Garmin dealer on the Southern Oregon coast. So I've got a few, I'm just trying to cater to a little bit of everybody, a little bit of the tourist, a little bit of the local, fitness person, or, just somebody looking to get started. I also partnered maybe with some other small businesses. So I've brought in some of their product as well. That's been, they went out of, they took their business online. So I brought some of their stuff into my brick and mortar. So locals can come in and pick up some of their soaps and candles and things of that sort. So I really tried to make connections with other local small businesses to help them too.
Thank you. Does anyone else have a question?
I have a question and a comment. I can't wait to come and support you. Congratulations, Amarissa. And I was wondering, what are your hours and where exactly in Coos Bay are you located?
Those are awesome questions. Thank you. So my hours, for the month of March, are a little tricky because I am coaching cross country and that's my priority. So I am open today, 10:30 to 3. Actually, it's 10:30 to 6 today because I don't have practice, but I'm usually open from 10 to 3 and then again from 5 to 6. So I've been breaking from, I would say 3 to 5 to go do my cross country practice with the kids. So once the first part of April comes, I will put back on my Instagram, we'll change the hours. I'll be open Tuesday through Sunday, 10 to 6. Actually, I should get better at this. It's Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 6, and Sundays from 11 to 5. I'm being creative right now.
Thank you. That's good to know.
And where was it at in Coos Bay?
So I am located in downtown Coos Bay, right on 101. It's 145 South Broadway. I am right across the street or diagonal from like the Coos Bay Visitor Center in the old historic hub building.
Okay, do we have another question?
Hi, my name is Emily Courtney. I am from the Warm Springs Indian Reservation here in Oregon. I actually just came in a little late. I am short-staffed today, so I'm kind of running around with my head cut off, and I kind of calmed down. But hello.
Hi.
Did you have a question, Emily?
Just kind of, I'm pretty sure you guys went over everything already, and I do apologize that I pretty much missed the Zoom meeting, but
Oh, that's
you know,
okay. You can always hop back on our website and watch the whole thing, or it's also been live on Facebook, so you can catch the whole thing somewhere else.
okay.
Okay, let's see. We'll take one more question, and then we want to give Amarissa a few minutes to show us her store. Anybody else have a question?
There was one.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I just had a question. So I was wondering how you might handle, a lot of customers when they go into these specialized stores are pretty intimidated the first time they go in there. How do you handle the intimidated customer when they first walk in?
I'm pretty friendly. So I think there's some people who come in and obviously everybody gets greeted. I like to connect with people. And so for the most part, I think I'm kind of like that, hi, how are you? You know, what can I help you with? Like, I guess I try to soften any fear base that people may have, just by like, you know, what are we looking, you know, what are you looking for? I don't know. I guess if people are kind of shy about coming in, they don't usually stay very shy with me very long, just because I'm kind of who I am. I enjoy being me. So I just try to engage and make everybody feel as welcome as possible. It doesn't, you know, you may be just looking for, just want to come in and browse, and perfect. I will show you everything you want to know. I will like talk to you about each product. If anything, it's just, it helps me. It helps me be a better, I guess a better person with my community. So I like to make friends, and that's just, I think some people might be like, okay, you're a little too much. Can I just go and like, you know, look around? So,
Okay, thanks.
you're welcome.
Laura?
Yes. Will you come back later, maybe this summer, for an update? We'd love to hear about how the store is going and what you're doing.
Would be happy to.
Okay, let's take our last couple minutes and have us show you around the store. We'd love to see it. I've seen pictures. It's really cool, and I love your Fox logo.
Thank you. So let me turn on my lights. My Fox logo is very special because it was really inspired by one of my best running partners. So, and then I took it to a graphic designer and we just made it come to life. But I'm turning around my computer here so you can see. I've got my footwear shoe wall in the back. We've got our sitting area. I definitely wanted to have this be a little more boutique style versus just a classic, you know, come in and sit down on a wood bench kind of running store. I don't know if I'm going to be able to spin it all the way here. Obviously, I've got men's apparel, women's apparel, run bras in the back. At the front here, I hope you can see I've got this treadmill and my foot scanner. I don't have my monitor on yet. Behind my huge open sign is some insole products and some personalized, you know, branded t-shirts and hats and things of that sort. And of course, I'm sitting in front of my or behind my checkout counter. So this would just be the quick bird's eye view of Wild Coast Running Company on the inside from a laptop spin. So
That was so cool. Thank you. Now,
hopefully I didn't make anybody dizzy.
I don't think so. We all made it. That was really cool. It was fun to get to see the inside of your shop.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to let you go because we promised we'd let you off by 10:30. I know you have a lot to do today, and I so appreciate you taking time in the midst of starting up a business, which we all know can be really crazy, but you just took the time to sit down with us and share the obstacles you faced and how you overcame them. And I wish you the very best, and we can't wait to hear from you later.
Great. Thank you so very much for having me today, Anne.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank